If you hit the snooze button today, you already started the day losing. And the worst part? You didn't even realize it. Every time you press just 5 more minutes, you teach your brain to ignore your own word. And that is destroying your discipline. But there's a simple psychological trick, almost ridiculous in its simplicity, that eliminates laziness in 7 days. And when you understand how it works, you'll never look at your alarm clock the same way again. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll show you exactly how to apply this tomorrow morning. And the 7th day is what changes everything. Now, answer me honestly. How many times have you promised you'd wake up different? That you'd train, that you'd study, that you'd start that project, that you'd change your life. And it all collapses with one tap of a button. You're not lazy. You've been trained. Trained to negotiate with yourself. And every morning negotiation has the same result. You lose. Here's what nobody tells you. The snooze button doesn't give you rest. It gives you mental fragmentation. Every time you wake up and go back to sleep for 5 or 10 minutes, your brain starts a new sleep cycle and gets ripped out of it brutally. That creates micro-stress, mental fog, accumulated fatigue, and a heavy feeling you interpret as laziness. But it's not laziness, it's neurological sabotage. Now, hold on to this. The real problem isn't sleep. It's the break in internal self-trust. Every time the alarm rings, you make a silent promise. I'm going to get up. When you hit snooze, you break that promise, and your brain learns something very dangerous. My decisions don't need to be respected. And it spreads. You say you'll start the diet. You don't. You say you'll study. You postpone it. You say you'll change. You push it to Monday. It all starts with a button, but it ends with a weak identity. And this is where the psychological trick comes in. It's called the single decision rule. Here's how it works. You never again decide whether to get up or not. The decision has already been made before you go to sleep. You eliminate the choice. And when the alarm rings, you execute. No debate, no negotiation, no internal dialogue. Sounds simple? Because it is. But wait, the secret isn't just that. If you try to do this with brute force, you'll fail on day 3. The brain hates abrupt changes. So here's the 7-day protocol. Day 1 to day 3, the first victory ritual. You're not going to change your wake-up time. You're not going to wake up at 5 a.m. You're not becoming a superhero. You're going to do just one thing. When the alarm rings, sit up in bed immediately. That's it. You don't need to stand. You don't need to run. You don't need to be productive. Just sit up. This breaks the passivity cycle. You turn waking up into action, and action builds identity. Day 4 and day 5, the 30-second movement. Now you add one rule. As soon as you sit up, put your feet on the floor and work to the bathroom. 30 seconds. No matter how, no matter your mood, no matter how you feel. You're training automatic response. Remember the single decision rule? It starts here. Day 6 is the physical command. Before sleeping, repeat mentally. When the alarm rings, I get up. Simple, direct, no emotion. You're pre-programming because the brain loves scripts. If you don't create one, it creates one for you. And the current script is just 5 more minutes. Day 7, consolidation. Now you get up immediately. No sitting, no pause, no drama. And something powerful happens. You feel pride. And pride is fuel for discipline. But something even deeper is happening. In the first days, you're training behavior. On the 7th day, you're building identity. You stop being the person who tries to wake up early. You become the person who gets up when they decide. See the difference? That changes everything. Because discipline isn't willpower, it's repeated identity. And there's one detail almost nobody notices. When you win the first battle of the day, everything else becomes easier. It's a psychological domino effect.
You woke up on time, you already started winning. And people who start winning act differently. Different posture, different decisions, different energy. Now let me break an objection that might be coming up. But I go to bed late, I'm tired, but I need those extra minutes. If you truly need more sleep, go to bed earlier. What destroys your energy isn't waking up, it's waking up multiple times. You're fragmenting your rest and paying the price all day. Now here's something interesting. Elite military forces use a similar principle. Eliminate choice under pressure. When the command comes, execute. No debate. Because debate consumes energy, and you are consuming energy before you even leave the bed. Imagine starting your day with clarity, with control, with self-respect. It all begins with 3 seconds. The alarm rings, you count mentally. 3, 2, 1. Get up. No thinking. The countdown is a trigger. It prevents the brain from entering negotiation mode. And here's something that might surprise you. The first 5 seconds after the alarm are the most important of your day. If you hesitate, you lose. If you act, you win. And victory creates more victory. But there's a silent enemy in all of this. Your phone in your hand. If you wake up and immediately grab your phone, it's over. You hand over your focus before taking control. So here's an additional rule. The phone is only touched after you're standing up. If possible, place the alarm far from the bed. Force yourself to stand. That removes temptation. Remember, eliminate choice. Now let me open an important loop. There's an unexpected side effect when you stop hitting snooze for 7 days. Your self-esteem rises, but not because of the schedule, because you start trusting yourself. And personal trust is the foundation of any big change. Want to lose weight? You need to trust you'll follow through. Want to make more money? You need to trust you'll take action. Want to change your life? You need to trust that your word has value. And that starts with the first alarm. You're not fighting sleep. You're fighting the old version of yourself. And every time you get up without negotiating, that version weakens. Now imagine this after 30 days. It's no longer effort, it's automatic. You wake up and you get up. No drama, no heaviness, no guilt, because your brain has learned. And you know what's most interesting? After a few days without snooze, you start waking up before the alarm. Your body regulates, your sleep improves, your mind clears. But it all depends on one simple decision. Will you keep negotiating, or will you take command? And before we finish, let me close every loop I opened. You're not lazy, you were conditioned. The snooze button fragments your sleep and your identity. Each tap weakens your self-trust. The solution isn't brute force, it's a progressive 7-day protocol. Day 1 to 3, sit up. Day 4 and 5, walk 30 seconds. Day 6, mental command. Day 7, get up immediately. Plus the 3, 2, 1 countdown. Plus the phone away from the bed. Simple, but powerful. Now I want you to imagine tomorrow. The alarm rings. For 1 second, the old pattern tries to appear. But you remember, 3, 2, 1, and you get up. In that moment, you change more than your morning. You change your identity. And identity changes destiny. The decision is yours, but remember, every great transformation begins before you even get out of bed.